Meili Boutique, you did what you had to do, honey, okay? Into it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Liv Celene if you're new, and if you're not, thank you so much for coming back to more content. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. Okay guys, so today's video, we just did a quick, literally 30-second install and a quick full face. I'm loving how it turned out. My lashes and unit are from Meili Boutique. So I'm like obsessing over how I look. I love the hair texture and everything. So if you're interested in how I achieve this look, then please keep watching. Okay guys, so jumping right in, I always try to start with my hair. So I am actually going to be using a unit that was provided by Meili Boutique. Super cute packaging. This is the box that it came with. And also, she sent her thank you card here. Super cute. So this is the unit I received. It's nice and bouncy and it feels really good. It is a loose wave texture and the inches on it are 14, 16, 18 and a 16-inch 5x5 closure. So I'm super excited to try this on y'all. I've been wearing frontals a lot, so I'm excited about a 5x5 closure, okay? And yeah, it came to me, knots bleached, plucked, all that. So she's literally just ready to be put on. And you cut a little bit more lace off. I cut the lace off. I can get a little closer to the hairline. So we're just gonna pop this on. And one thing I really like about it is the band is actually kind of really tight. So I don't have to adhere it anymore or add a band to it because the whole wig itself is pretty snug. So. Okay, y'all. So I'm really into this texture. Okay, first of all, I don't do big hair, but girl, I'm clearly about to have to start. But I like the way this texture looks. Seriously. Okay, so like I said, I'm just gonna go and cut a little bit closer of the lace off and probably touch back up with my powder foundation. But literally, I mean, that was a 30-second install. I mean, I love it. No, I'm obsessed, I think. And I think it's just because I'm not used to seeing myself with like the big hair, but I like it a lot. It's giving. So again, big shout out to Meili Boutique. Make sure you follow her on Instagram. I'll link everything below. And she also was so kind enough to send me a pair of lashes, which I will be applying when I move on to makeup. So super cute. It is great because I just took my extensions off and so this came at the perfect time. All right, y'all, so I just went ahead and pinned some of the hair back. Again, like I said, it's a 5x5, so one thing you gotta be careful about, girls, you don't cut your sides, which I'm totally fine with. Y'all know I get lazy with it anyway, and like, even my fronts was all like, only glued to here. Because like, mind your business, why are you that close to me to even see that it's not glued down all the way? Yeah, so of course, I'm just gonna go in with some primer first. I haven't done a full face in a really long time, actually, because I haven't had anywhere to go. Other than, I mean, these days, most of the time I put on makeup is to film or shoot any type of content. So yeah, all my products are pretty much stuff you've seen me use before. I really do need to go ahead and revamp my makeup collection and try new things. But I'm just gonna go in with some eyebrow gel. This is from NYX Control Freak. And I'm just going to brush my eyebrows up. I am actually going out of town next week. So this week I have an eyebrow appointment because y'all, it's a little crazy up in here. But yeah, my eyebrows actually don't grow very fast. So I can go a really long time without doing anything to them. But yeah, I'm just going in with Anastasia Beverly Hills pomade. I'm still in the pomade wave. I like go back and forth between pomade and a pencil, like different periods of times. It's just like I'm kind of feeling that for the moment, and then I kind of feel brows. But I think I've come to the conclusion that pomade kind of just like works better for my liking. So I'm just going to do hair-like strokes for my brow. Nothing too crazy. And then I always just do a quick spoolie through to make sure that it's all good, not too harsh. And still to this day, I still only use LA Girl Pro Concealer to conceal underneath my brows. I'm just carving out underneath. I'm gonna go in with this flat brush and just blend that out. So moving on to eyes, I just do the same old routine. Go in with a little brown color into my crease. and get that in there. And then I'm still been on my wave with my reddish color that kind of just goes really nice with my skin. So with that in my crease, I'm going in with my red color Neo from the GLUELESS palette that I've been using forever. And I'm just going to dab that in and basically just throw that on my lid. All right, and then we're just gonna go back in with the brown color I used a second ago and go back over the crease. Okay, y'all, so moving on to face, I've actually been doing what people have been doing for some time now with the setting powder going on before your foundation. I think the first time I saw someone suggest to do that was Jackie Ina, and then it kind of went like viral. And TikTok makeup hacks, which I actually did, it was like during the beginning of quarantine. We had nothing better to do with ourselves but be on TikTok and do challenges. So I feel like in that video I didn't like the way it looked, but recently I watched J. Marie Styles' makeup tutorial, and she did it, and I kind of just like went along with it and did it, and I actually really liked it. So I'm gonna be doing that, and I am just taking my Fenty Beauty and Nutmeg. So we're literally just putting it all over our face. That powder actually smells really good, but I'm going to move on to my foundation. So I'm actually gonna mix a little bit of my Makeup Forever HD and my Maybelline Matte and Poreless, just because I'm running low and I like this one more, but I definitely am open to trying new foundations. So comment below your favorite foundations and your favorite concealers, girl. Because like I said, I'm ready to revamp what I got going on. So yeah, I'm just going to put a little bit of both on the back of my hand. And I feel like the Makeup Forever one has a slight warmer tone, but mixed together, it'll be all right. So taking my buffing foundation brush from e.l.f., I'm just going to dab in there and dab on my face. I love foundation application with a brush. I don't even know why I ever did it with a beauty blender. So for concealer, I always go in with two different concealers. I always go in with one that's more close to my skin tone, just kind of to add some additional color correcting, and then I go in with a brightening shade. Right now for my brightening shade, I am using the Fit Me concealer from Maybelline in Caramel, and then the Juvia's Place concealer in shade 7. I definitely want to upgrade my brightening shade, so leave below your favorite concealers. So I'm just going to do literally a little bit here and around my mouth, and blend her out. So going in with my brightening shade now, another J. Marie tip that I actually have been utilizing is basically like just letting your concealer sit for a second. She's not the first person I've seen do that, but when I was watching her video, I was like, dang, let me try that. So basically, right when you apply your concealer, you start to blend out right away. You could honestly just be taking away the product. You just put it right back on your sponge or your brush or whatever. So by letting it sit for a second, you're allowing it to be a little bit more full coverage. And I just go a little bit on the sides of my nose as well. And obviously down the bridge of my nose. And just a little rainbow on my forehead. That was a lot. And then a little dab here. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna let her sit for a second. I'm still obsessing over this hair. It's so cute. So after letting it sit for a second, I am just going to be taking this. It says concealer brush. Oh. Not a lot, I ran out of brush, but it's a concealer brush for my concealer. So we're going to go in with this brush. I have been liking this type of brush to blend out my concealer lately. I'm a stickler for like blending and making sure I don't have any harsh edges, so I probably will just touch up the edges around here with a beauty blender. I'm actually just gonna bring the concealer down here a little bit as well. And for the forehead, I make sure I brush upward. Alright, so I'm now going to go in with a different setting powder, my Black Opal setting powder in the shade Medium. This is a little lighter than my Nutmeg from Rihanna. And just push that into my skin. Okay, so moving on, I think the steps where we start to add dimension back to our face, contour, bronzing, blush, all of that, is starting to become more of my favorite steps. I'm just taking the Juvia's Place foundation stick in combo, and I like to take my Ultimate Blending Brush from e.l.f. and basically kind of just like dab it on the brush like so, and then I just kind of flick up the finger. I'm just gonna take a beauty sponge and make sure there are no super harsh edges. And of course, contouring my nose, I'm just gonna take this smaller brush. So I'm just gonna take a brush from earlier and just make sure we are not, again, what? Too harsh, okay. Okay guys, so after contour, I'm just going to go in with the same setting powder as before. Just kind of cut that contour. Okay, so now let's go in with Juvia's Place. I'm going in with Abby. I always use this color just kind of like as a light bronzer. So we're just gonna go back over with the contour really lightly. Okay, so now I'm gonna do blush and a little highlight. So again, same palette, Neo, which is what I put on my eyes. So lightly. Highlighter. And I don't really go as heavy with the highlighter recently. I'm going to go in with this brush. I just use my cheeks. It's broken, but it's an e.l.f. Just blending brush. So I'm going in with Too Faced, Born This Way in Cocoa. And we're just gonna set everything down again. So one thing about me, no matter the look, no matter the occasion, I have to do a little inner eye highlight. So just taking this brush and I'm going to put a little bit here, a little bit here. Almost always go too heavy on the first time. So I just take this mini little brush and then I kind of dull it out a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and take these lashes from Meili and pop these on. I'm gonna apply the glue and then let those dry and then I'll come back for lips. But here is a closer look at them. Pretty. Love her packaging again and her logo. So yeah, I will be right back. Okay y'all, lashes are on. Cute. So I am going in, I always go in with this. This is my favorite thing. I just haven't found a dark enough brown for a lip liner. So I just go in with Congo, which is my foundation stick, and a little liner brush. And then I just line through here. Okay. So for my lip, I'm just going to take my NYX Butter Gloss in Ginger Snap, which is like a go-to. A little. Just taking this clear glass with this application and dabbing. Cute. I already went ahead and sprayed my face down with my setting spray, which is NYX as well. Okay. Just gonna, y'all. She's feeling herself. Okay. Meili Boutique, you did what you had to do, honey, okay? Into it. Guys, so yes, this is the finished look. Just one more time, so remember this unit and my lashes are from Meili Boutique. Again, I will tag her in the description below. Love this loose wave texture, 5x5 closure. Like, I absolutely love it. I think it looks beautiful, and I think I look beautiful. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.